and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a chatty get ready with me while I get ready for tonight, which is New Year's Eve. Me and my husband are just going to hang out, play some games with some friends, nothing crazy. So I wanted to do something a little bit simpler on the eyes, but still something fun on the lips. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so tonight is New Year's, so I do want to look pretty put together, so I am going to fill in my brows just a little bit. I'm going to use my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. This is in the shade Dark Brunette. I just picked this up recently, and so far I'm really liking it. I'm just going to take the pencil just lightly underneath the brow to about like the corner of my eye, and then I'm going to start and line the upper part. I'm going to start like halfway on the top because I want to leave this front part bare, and I'm going to kind of wisp my brow there. So super simple, that's kind of all I do to shape them, and then I just go in with that pencil and just kind of fill them in wherever there's any sparse areas. And then once I've kind of filled in to how dark I want them, I'm just going to take my... So once I kind of have it the way I like to take the spoolie side and just kind of run the spoolie through the front just to like lighten it a bit. I just find that gives them a really natural look. I don't like anything too crazy and defined and unnatural looking. I'm going to prime my lids with the amazing Tarte Shape Tape. So I'm just going to use my finger to buff that out all over the lid. So I'm going to be doing like a really simple light pink look on my eyes today because I kind of want to do more of a bold lip. So I'm going to take my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and I'm just going to take the white peach shade here, and I'm just going to set down that concealer that I applied to my lids. Hope you guys had an amazing 2017, or at least had some good things happen within the year, even if it wasn't the best year ever. I hope there was some positivity in it. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to keep this look very simple, well, at least the eyeshadow. I'm going to take the shade Georgia here with a fluffy Morphe E23 blending brush. I'm just going to apply this shade in my crease. I just recently used up my last pair of contact lenses, and I don't have new ones to put in, so I'm kind of blind right now doing my makeup, so hopefully it turns out. But yeah, like I was saying, 2017 was a really good, I guess, decent year. I mean, definitely some negative things happened. I did recently actually lose my grandpa. He had unfortunately had a stroke and passed away. And for that reason, my grandma moved and is now living where I live, and she can't drive, so she's kind of relying on me and my dad and sister to take care of her, and so it's a big adjustment, but I mean, it's nice to have her here. So once I've kind of buffed that shade in all over my lid, this is a Luxie 235 blending brush. I really like the size of this blending brush. It's small enough that I can get the shadow in my crease really nicely. So I'm just going to deepen my crease with the shade Just Peachy. Just wiggle that in back and forth. So more on a positive note of 2017, I became an auntie to a baby girl named Nora. My sister had a baby back in October, and it is the most amazing experience ever. I love being an auntie, and it being like, I am an auntie to a nephew, which is my husband's sister, but she does live quite a ways away, so we don't get to see them very often, but I do love being auntie to him. He's such a cute little boy. It is nice having my little niece nearby. I like to swing over there at least once a week to see her and cuddle her. She's very, very special to me. I'm going to go back to that blending brush that I used for the shade Georgia, and I'm just going to buff out the edges. Just up top here, just so that there are no harsh lines. It's nice and smooth and blended. Next, I'm going to just take a shadow brush. This is the Loud E5 brush, and I'm just going to keep the lid nice and simple. I'm going to take the shade Bellini first and just apply that all over the lid. Taking Bellini and putting it all over the lid just to give some pretty sheen to this look. I also am curious how all of your guys' Christmases were. It's great. I got to spend Christmas morning with my dad and my sister and my grandma and husbands. That was amazing. It always is. We kind of have our own little tradition Christmas morning, and then I spent the afternoon with my husband's family, which was also great. We just chilled, relaxed, played games. It was great. Ate really good food. Next, I'm going to take the shade Nectar just on my finger, I'm going to take it on my ring finger, and I'm just going to apply that kind of just on the center of my lid, just to kind of give it some pop. I'm not really doing a halo eye, but I'm just kind of putting some there, kind of where the light would catch the lid. Next, I want to heighten my brows, so I am going to go in with a brown mold shade. Loud E8 brush, and take that white peach shade that I used all over the lid earlier. And I'm just going to apply that under my brow. Okay, so I'm going to try not to cut you guys out for this liner. I'm going to try really hard. So I am going to use my favorite Kat Von D liquid liner in Trooper. I love this liquid liner. It glides on so smoothly. It doesn't like drag on the lid, and it is seriously so good. Okay, so once my liner is done, I'm going to go and curl my lashes and apply some mascara. The lashes are curled. I am going to take my favorite mascara for when I'm not wearing false lashes, because I find this builds up my lashes so nice, so voluminous and long. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And then again, I want to darken my lash line a bit more, so I'm going to take my Rimmel Scandal Eyes waterproof liner and just tight line with that. Okay, so for the rest of my face, I'm going to prime with two different primers. I'm going to moisturize with the Too Faced Hangover primer, and then I'm going to fill in my pores with the Nyx Pore Filler. So I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Hangover primer first. Just do one dab of that. And apply that all over. And then to kind of fill in those pores a bit more, I'm going to take the Nyx Pore Filler and just apply that in the areas that I have more of a visible pore area, so kind of right here on my cheeks, but a little bit of this there. For foundation, I'm going to use my Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Foundation. I don't have very many options for foundation because I'm getting paler and paler and paler as I have not gotten any sort of tan. So this is kind of one of the closest I have to my shade, so I'm just going to buff that in with my Morphe Y6 flat kabuki to kind of press it in and then kind of blend it out afterwards. It's kind of how I find I get the smoothest oh my goodness, I did it again, smoothest foundation application. Alright, so once that is all blended out, I do want to use more of a full coverage concealer, as I will be up later tonight as it is New Year's Eve. So course, I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape concealer, and I'm just going to dab. This is a Loud L5 brush. It's kind of like a dense dome brush, and I really like this for my concealer because I just like pat it in the skin instead of swiping it. That way I avoid getting any like lines in my concealer. So I'm just going to pat that in. So once you've got your concealer all blended out, I'm going to set that. I'm going to go with my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and this Luxie 640 Pro Precision Tapered Brush. It is really long and fluffy and kind of weird, so I'm still kind of getting used to it. But I'm just going to set those concealer areas nice and lightly. I'm going to take that and just kind of set the rest of my face with it as well. Whenever I have like leftover powder in my lid, because that's usually where I take my powder, I just put it like that, and then I just leave it on my desk just like this. And I use this powder throughout the week, throughout the next couple of days, and yeah, I just find that works really good. For bronzer, I'm taking my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm just going to take that on this blush kind of brush and just contour my cheeks. Kind of bringing it up rather than down, just so that you can kind of lift the cheekbones. So. I'm gonna bring that bronzer up along my hairline. And I'm also going to take a little bit of that and just kind of blend it right on the side of my nose. That. I don't like to do a sort of crazy harsh nose contour, but I do like to make it look a little skinnier. So I do like to go in with a little bit of bronzer on the sides. And then a little there. Chin. Next, I'm taking this Butter Blush. This is in Plum Rose. And I'm going to take my Luxie Dual Fiber brush, swoosh that around, and just apply that to my cheeks. This is a super pretty light blush, so I do go with a heavy hand with it because it's not crazy pigmented, so I don't have to worry about too much showing on my cheeks. Moving on to the lower lash line, I'm going to keep it simple. Okay, so I'm going to keep it simple by taking the shade Georgia and just dusting that right under the eyes. And then taking the shade Just Peachy again and applying that just on the tip of the brush and right more at the lash line. Nice and simple, and then I'm going to apply some of the shade Nectar into my inner tear ducts. So just taking a little bit of that on my pinky and popping that in there. And then going ahead and applying some mascara to my bottom lashes. Now for highlight, I'm going to take this Becca Shimmering Highlight in Moonstone, and I'm just going to take it on this Luxie 522 Tapered Highlighter brush and just highlight the top parts of my cheeks. So pretty. My nose, Cupid's bow. I'm just gonna do a little bit on my forehead and shit. Nothing. For my lip color, I'm going to take the shade Soar and just line my lips. before I go ahead and put some liquid lipstick on. This just helps it become more comfortable, as liquid lipstick tend to be pretty drying, so. And then for my lip color, I'm taking this Colourpop liquid lipstick in Bad Habit. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I really hope you guys had an amazing New Year's Eve, and I hope 2018 is wonderful. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and we will see you guys next time. Bye! For my lip color, I'm going to take the shade Soar and just line my lips before I go ahead and put some liquid lipstick on. This just helps it become more comfortable, as liquid lipstick tend to be pretty drying, so.